You are suffering not because of what happens to you, but because of the way you choose to perceive it. 2,000 years ago, the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus laid down a fundamental truth of human existence. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. Look at your life right now. Look at the immense amount of stress, anger, and anxiety you carry every single day. You get furious when someone cuts you off in traffic. You get devastated when someone insults you or cancels a plan. You fall into despair when life does not go according to your exact script. You are constantly reacting, constantly suffering, and constantly giving away your power to external conditions.
You live like a slave to your environment, waiting for the world to treat you gently before you allow yourself to feel at peace. If you are serious about building a mind that cannot be broken by tragedy, disrespect, or unexpected chaos, you must master the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. You must learn the supreme law of the Stoic mindset, the dichotomy of control. In every situation you face, life is divided into two distinct categories: things that are entirely within your control and things that are completely outside your control. Within your control are your thoughts, your intentions, your responses, your choices, and your daily discipline. Outside your control is literally everything else: the weather, the economy, the past, the future, the actions of other people, and what they think about you.
The majority of human suffering comes from one single mistake: worrying about, arguing with, and trying to change things that belong to the second category. When you demand that the world be fair, that people be kind, and that outcomes be guaranteed, you are fighting against the natural order of reality. You are trying to control the wind instead of adjusting your sails. A true Stoic operates with absolute mental clarity. When faced with a crisis, they do not scream at the storm. They ask one simple, piercing question: is this within my control? If the answer is no, they instantly accept reality as it is, detach their emotions from the outcome, and preserve their inner calm. If the answer is yes, they focus 100% of their energy on executing the best possible solution right now. No panic, no tears, no useless complaining. Just calm, cold, strategic action. Acceptance is not defeat. Acceptance is the ultimate form of mental mastery. Think about Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of the Roman Empire and one of the greatest Stoic minds in human history. He held absolute power over the known world. He faced wars, plagues, betrayals from close friends, and constant political chaos. Yet in his private journal he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." If a man ruling an entire empire could maintain total emotional composure in the middle of chaos, what is your excuse for losing your temper over a rude text message or a minor delay?
Stop letting small, insignificant events shatter your inner fortress. To cultivate a Stoic mindset, you must practice the art of voluntary discomfort. We live in a world that sells comfort as the ultimate goal of human life. People want soft beds, warm rooms, instant food, cheap entertainment, and zero friction. The Stoics knew that chronic comfort soft kills the human spirit. When you indulge in constant luxury and ease, your threshold for pain drops to zero, and the smallest inconvenience feels like a massive tragedy. To counteract this weakness, Seneca, another legendary Stoic philosopher, advised, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, asking yourself, is this the condition that I feared?"
Push yourself into intentional discomfort every single day. Take cold showers, fast from rich foods, train your body when you feel sluggish, turn off your phone, and sit in absolute silence. When you routinely force your mind and body to endure small, controlled moments of discomfort, you build an unshakable confidence in your own durability. You realize that pain cannot break you, hunger cannot stop you, and solitude cannot destroy you. You become mentally untouchable. Second, adopt the Stoic perspective on mortality. Memento Mori. Remember that you will die. Most people live as though their time on this earth is infinite. They spend precious hours arguing over trivial politics, holding bitter grudges for years, procrastinating on their core goals, and worrying about the opinions of people who will be dead in a few decades anyway. They trade their irreplaceable life energy for meaningless garbage. When you bring the sharp awareness of death into your daily life, every distraction instantly evaporates. When you realize that today could be your last day on Earth, you stop wasting time on cheap drama. You stop caring about gossip. You stop delaying your real work, and you start treating your time as the sacred, non-renewable resource that it truly is. Before you get angry today, ask yourself, will this matter on my deathbed? If the answer is no, let it drop into the void immediately. Third, embrace the law of Amor Fati, the love of fate. The average person views obstacles, failures, and hardships as terrible tragedies that ruin their plans. A Stoic views obstacles as raw material for growth. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Whatever obstacle life throws in your path right now, whether it is financial loss, physical illness, heartbreak, or unexpected failure, do not curse it, do not cry over it, and do not wish it were different. Love the challenge. Treat it as a test designed by fate to forge your character, test your resolve, and sharpen your wisdom. Fire tests gold, and adversity tests strong men. When you embrace every setback as a lesson, nothing in this world can ever defeat you. Every blow life lands against you only makes your armor thicker and your spirit sharper. You transform every single crisis into personal power. Disconnect from the foolish hunger for fame, applause, and public recognition. A Stoic builds their value entirely from the inside out. They do not care if the crowd cheers for them or ignores them. They do not need social media metrics to prove their worth, nor do they need the approval of shallow minds to feel accomplished. They measure their success by one metric alone. Did I act with virtue, discipline, and wisdom today? Did I stay true to my principles when no one was watching? If the answer is yes, they sleep with a peaceful mind, completely unbothered by the noise of the world outside. Tonight, step back from the chaotic drama of your life. Take a long, deep breath and look at your circumstances through the lens of Stoic clarity. Stop blaming external factors for your internal pain. Stop waiting for the world to change before you choose to be calm.
Recognize that you possess the absolute freedom right now to master your mind, govern your reactions, and stand firm in your character. Tomorrow morning, wake up as a Stoic warrior. Face your daily challenges with silent dignity. View every obstacle as fuel for growth. Guard your inner fortress ruthlessly and live with unshakable composure. Master your mind, embrace your fate, and become untouchable.